Hello, Brian of London here. I was going to go live on Periscope, but there's no signal. First off, I'm going to say where I am. I'm standing where my friend Ari was murdered 1 year ago. If you've seen any of my videos about Ari Fuld, if you've seen the video of he was stabbed by a young Arab just a few meters up there where I just ate some lunch. He was stabbed while he was on the phone in the back. He turned around, started to draw his gun and gave chase to the Arab who stabbed him. He vaulted over this wall here and he got to about where this tree next to me is. And about here, he pulled out his gun and shot at the Arab. Meanwhile, two other people with guns saw what Ari was doing because he was chasing the guy with his gun drawn. They also drew on him. One of them took the kid down. The Arab did not die. I believe he's in prison. But unfortunately, my friend Ari bled to death here. Anyway, today there's just around the corner from here, there's a memorial dedication for him. It's the 1 year anniversary by the Hebrew calendar. And so that's why I'm here. But while I'm recording this video, I'm also going to say something, not on a lighter note, but John Sweeney, the disgraced former BBC Panorama reporter. That's an F-15. Oh, I wish I could film that for you. I doubt you saw that. That was two F-15s and a mid-air refueling tanker. That's kind of unusual. Not sure if that will come out in the video. Anyway, John Sweeney, the disgraced former BBC Panorama reporter, who was the subject of Tommy Robinson's Panodrama, because John Sweeney tried to do a hit job with all of the resources of the BBC. They tried to frame Tommy up. Anyway, he's left the BBC finally, and he's put out a very bizarre video of him getting drunk, and he's edited the most incredible little tiny clip of Tommy Robinson saying the word Hitler. That's basically what they've done. So it was a speech, and my tweets about it have started to bubble up, I've noticed, so I'll talk about it. He was giving a speech. He was given the European Freedom Award or something by what the press calls right-wing groups, but they're just, patriotic nationalist groups in various European countries. Anyway, and in his speech, what he was saying was actually quite a subtle and complex point, so well beyond John Sweeney's ability to understand and well beyond John Sweeney's ability to quote correctly. What he was saying to the Germans was, do not allow Merkel to make mistakes as huge as the ones Hitler made, such that you will live in the shame of the mistakes that Merkel is making, just as you have lived in the shame of the ones Hitler made. That was his message. I mean, the full clip, somebody will dig it out and find it. John Sweeney just took 3 words from it. I mean, it's just brilliant stuff. I mean, if you wanted to show how malicious, how vicious, how dumb, and how evil modern mainstream journalism is, then take a look at what John Sweeney has done with that clip of Tommy. Remember, and at the end he says he was wrong to call Tommy a C-U-N-T because he wants to call him now a Nazi, C-U-N-T. And this is from a former disgraced BBC reporter who doesn't even know probably that Tommy's very first appearance on the BBC, he was wearing a balaclava, so it's hard to know, was in a group with his black friends, because you can see some of the guys wearing balaclava have got black eyes. And that very first appearance was actually on, I think, it might have been a Panorama program itself, or it was a Newsnight. It was probably Newsnight. And they were all gathered around in a warehouse burning swastikas. They were burning swastikas, black, with a big banner behind them that said, "Black and white unite." This is not the doings of a Nazi, burning the Nazi symbol with black people and white people united. Anyway, John Sweeney is a bit of a standing joke. As I said at the start, I'm standing in a spot where my friend was murdered. If I swing the camera around, you'll see there's lots of people with guns around, but that's normal here. It's in a place called Gush Etzion, which is a part of Israel that we lost in 1948. We weren't able to hold it. The Jordanian army, with the help of the British actually, because the British had trained and equipped the Jordanian army, they took this whole area. Lots of Jews had been living up here for many years. They took it in 1948, occupied it, held it illegally. It was actually an illegal occupation until in 1967 we took it back and liberated all of this area. And thankfully, many Jews now live here. But unfortunately, my friend, as I said at the beginning, was murdered. He died here next to this tree. And tonight we're having a memorial for him and to dedicate some good works done in his name. I'll probably do another video on that. Anyway, this is Brian of London. Speak to you whenever, and thanks for tuning in.